Vinay, can you tell us how did you find MM Physio and why did you start coming for treatment here?
Yeah, just a little bit of background. I'm a tennis player, and I'm a very passionate tennis player. When I was in high school, I really wanted to be a professional tennis player. I played a lot for clubs, my university, very competitive tennis. Not recently, in 2017, exactly, sometime in October, I got hurt while playing tennis. Significant pain, I couldn't even move. For that, some people suggested to go for acupuncture, so which I did. That relieved a lot of pain, so I could move my arm. Not playing tennis again, but I could just do bare minimum stuff. That was like a lot of therapy of acupuncture and physio. I could do bare minimum tasks like writing, but my main intention, my motivation is to play tennis. Otherwise, I'm not happy. Work and also my tennis is what makes me happier to continue. I tried to play tennis with all the braces on, like suggested by many physiotherapists. I played again. It used to come back even like few shots, not like after few days. In the middle of the match, few shots I could feel it, and low confidence, I couldn't play. And I was working out to play tennis. I used to go to gym, lift weights so that my physique is okay to play tennis. And working out at gym was also hard. And this continued, and then I gave up. Many physios, like I've went to 5 or 6 physiotherapy, not one, like I've by referral or by Google review research around my neighborhood in downtown Toronto. So I went to like 5 or 6 physios. They recommended some of the some other exercises, stretches. I did most of it. Ice pack, hot pack when I'm hurting, and a lot of exercises. But still, I couldn't lift weight like I used to lift weight before. And even holding a jug, like a regular day, even if I forget tennis and gym. A water jug for a few seconds was hurting my arm. So it has impacted not only my tennis life but also my livelihood of everyday life. So this was concerning me, and then but as I said, I gave up on that. There is no, like many of them suggest, hey, switch your game to some other sport where you don't need.
Low impact.
With low impact, go for soccer or something, which you don't use your tennis elbow. I picked up golf for that reason. So I'm not using this part of that, and I'm using this part.
You were trying to balance it out.
Yeah. So I was not so motivated or passionate about golf. It was more relaxing game, more social game than a competitive one. I couldn't get better at it. I played a little while, and again, it's for only short period, and you need people to go out, like a lot of people. So not exciting for me. So I played for entertainment or recreational purpose, not like a competitive sport. Then again, I was back to zero. And recently, to answer your first question, how did I find MM Physio, and what was the reason? These are the reasons I mentioned. Like I love to play tennis. That was the main motivation. And then recently, one of my friends, we usually hang out and we played. On that day, again, with a lot of excitement, I played some of the shots which pain came back. I couldn't even move and eat breakfast on that day with knife and fork. That's how much painful it was. Thankfully, there was one person in the group who contacted MM Physio and said, what, I have the same pain in tennis elbow. Can I get treatment? That person, who was he's one of my good friend, he got cured in like 4 or 5 sessions. It was like, actually, he gave me a life back. So I asked him, where is MM Physio? And then that's when we started working together.
Okay, so can you tell me about the exercises and your treatment when you first started the therapy?
Yeah, the first one was initially I had a lot of pain. That's from the beginning. So I came here, I couldn't move. After like a couple of days of like ice pack and hot pack, I kind of did my own treatment, which based on my previous knowledge. When I met like MM Physio, I understood what Mr. was helping me out. He did the analysis as to what is the diagnosis. what happened and what could be the cause of that injury. After a lot of input, and he gave me a lot of techniques. How do I overcome with that? So to answer your question, so I had a lot of pain at that time. To even move my wrist. So he had to do laser therapy. That's what the suggestion. You know what? Let's do laser treatment for this.
Yeah.
Which helps to heal the impacted muscle or ligament.
Yeah.
And so it can recover by itself.
Laser is average is 8.3 watt and it goes up to 16.6 watt and the frequency is 2 hertz. So with this laser light, we are going to increase your local blood supply. And we are going to increase the oxygenation to your lateral elbow joint, so that way it helps with the healing process. It improves the healing and decreases the inflammation.
And then soon after that, after a lot of diagnosis, the arm could have been gotten weaker. It's not just the elbow, the overall arm, right arm could have gotten weaker because it's a long injury happened in 2017. It was like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So. And it had to break the muscle down with the shockwave therapy.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Shockwave is the right word, yes.
So yeah, that's the therapy Nick suggested. So you go, okay, let's do that. And that kind of helped. It's hard to tell how I'm recovering because I still had pain in the first couple of sessions. I could feel it's improving only when I was doing some sort of exercise, as Nick was mentioning. Okay, do this sort of exercise. And this is where I got hurt. With this motion when I'm playing tennis, I got hurt. So initially it was hard to do this exercise. Then I could sense it's getting better. And the third part of it is just to actually play tennis.
Yeah.
Because, we've had 2 sessions already.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd session. I wanted to start, holding the racket, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
And he mentioned some of the points. That's the crucial part, right? Let me know when you get pain here at the elbow. And if you get pain some part of the muscle area, don't worry, just continue what you're doing. Do some practice with me here. Then I got my tennis rackets and when I started my tennis in the beginning of my career, we used to do wall practice. So we were trying to hit the wall and see. And he was observing me while I was playing tennis. That was a crucial point. And then he understood how I got hurt, what shot could have hurt, and what is the weaker part in my arm.
Yeah.
And that's the first phase where laser helped me a little bit, shockwave therapy helped a little bit, and third was actually playing.
Going back to the sport.
Playing.
Yeah, we heard you guys playing on the ball. We heard that tick in the clinic. So yeah, I remember that. And so and now you're back to practice. You're back to play.
Yeah, this is significant. Actually, it's not my feeling. When you play shot, I could feel the shot and how well the ball was hit. Was it top spin? The only way I can tell, and also the partners who are playing against me. So who can tell how much spin was on the ball?
How good you were doing actually.
Yeah, exactly. And they know my before injury and after injury. So last Saturday we played like 3 sets actually.
Okay.
And out of 3 sets, my topspin was significant. And to return my topspin, it was hard for the other opponents.
Yeah.
And they mentioned, your shots are coming back. Like before 2017. That was the most exciting thing to hear.
That's what you were waiting to hear.
Music in my ears.
Okay, so now you're back, and are you planning to continue playing tennis?
Yeah, and again, Nisha said, continue with your exercise. It's not that it's over and then you're back. You gotta continue, build your muscle, strengthen that. And then before I start my tennis season, unfortunately in Canada, the winter takes most of the time. We can't play outside unless we play indoor. Before I again play tennis in the next season, I need to come back and strengthen my muscle, make sure that I'm okay to start, not just like blindly go and play tennis and again hurt myself, right?
Yeah.
So that's in my mind. So I need to start that again.
Yeah, you're good, and then we are really glad about your success.